If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs.
Definitely going for a blood DK look here. Unstable slag, shoulder plates, Blackrock Foundry Mythic, Oreo Cookie is the boss, 22% on the drop rate for the shoulders. Now we're going to spin over to Cataclysm and the Carapace of Imbibed Flame, straight out of the Firelands Heroic. Bethtillic is the boss, 8% on the drop rate for the chest piece. Going back to where we just were, which is Warlords of Draenor, the fun High Mole Mythic. Flesh Chewer Great Belt is from Breckenspore, 16% or so on the drop rate for the Mythic Belt. Moving on to the legs, which are part of the same raid set as the chest piece, leg plates of Frenzied Devotion. Firelands Heroic Shanix, about 8% on the drop rate for the legs. Moving on to the boots of the Underdweller. Yeah, Underdweller. Okay, yes, I can read. Ulduar is the place to get the boots. And the hands, back to Blackrock Foundry Mythic. So we have the shoulders, the belt, and the hands are all from a Mythic version of Blackrock Foundry or so, and the chest and the legs are from Firelands. The back here is an easy pickup. It's a purchase at a Shatrath. The headpiece, Warmongering Combatants Dread Plate Helm, WoD PvP Vendor, 3 marks of honor for the helm, and the weapon is Blackrock Foundry Mythic, Flame Bender Kagraz, drops the nice sword. Now we're going to start off with the shoulders. We always start off with the shoulder pads of Misshapen Life, Heart of Fear, Amber Shocker, Suck, 9% on the drop rate for the shoulders from a place called Mist of Pandaria. Moving on to the chest, which is from Mac'Aree. It's one of those caches that you can loot, so there's quite a few of them, but the drop rate is kind of low to get the chest piece. We're also going to go with the legs from Mac'Aree, also same kind of source, but the belt is Elementium Girdle of Pain, Cata level blacksmithing. Check your local blacksmith or your local auction house, easiest way to get that particular belt. Moving on, we already talked about these legs. Mac'Aree is the place, Ancient Eridor Cache, kind of a fair drop rate to get the Mac'Aree Lightseeker's Greaves. Moving on to the boots, which are part of the same tier set as the shoulders and the bracers. We're talking Deepwater Great Boots, Terrace of the Endless Spring, Elder Regale is boss, decent drop rate there. The wrists, Bracers of Defiled Earth, Terrace of the Endless Spring, Elder Regale is the boss, I do believe also, 16% on the drop rate. High Tinker's Cape, Battle of Dazzle Ahar, Mythic, High Tinker, Mechatork, pretty good drop rate for the cape. And the Rust Bolt Resistance Tabard, of course, gold and rep being exalted to get that. The headpiece, straight out of WoD level engineering, or you can buy it on the auction house, Razor Guard Mech Shades. And I love this weapon from your DK order hall, purchasable by the quartermaster. He sells it. Yes, he does. Very much digging this set for Unholy shoulder guards of Cyclopean Dread, Siege of Orgrimmar, LFR, Siegemaster, Black Fuse. We're also going to pull the belt out of that same raid, the LFR version. The chest and the legs and the boots are all from Antares, the Burning Throne, LFR version. Dreadwake Bone Cage, 8% on the drop rate for the chest piece. Moving on to the belts, which is straight out of Siege of Orgrimmar, LFR, the Fallen Protectors, drop that particular belt. You could also go with your Order Hall DK set from Legion for the belt as well. That works just as well. Dreadwake leg plates, the Burning Throne, LFR. You can see the boss, about 8% on the drop rate for those legs. Moving on to the boots, which are also from the Burning Throne, LFR version. So we have the chest, legs, and the boots are all from your LFR version Legion tier pieces there. We're looking at the wrist, which is the Death Lord's Bracers, Death Knight, Order Hall, Quartermaster, or Ozarg. So we're giving him a lot of business, golden rep to pick up the bracers. I think you're going to have to progress through your Order Hall as well a little bit to get that. The back, many lookalikes, so check Wowhead for lookalikes on the back. The headpiece is Tomb Sargeras Heroic, or you could just buy it on the auction house, probably the best way to go. That's from a Paladin tier recolor there. And the weapon, Garrison Proving Grounds, it's a quest reward for the axe. I suppose this works for all three specializations, probably best for Unholy though. Soul Gorged Spalders, or Pauldrons, Spalders. What's the difference between a Spalder, a shoulder pad, and a Pauldron? I'd really like to know. Hellfire Citadel Heroic. The chest piece is out of Dragon Soul, LFR. The Unsleeping Boss, so bring him some NyQuil, that'll knock him out, solve his insomnia. Kind of a fair drop rate on the chest piece. Moving on, we have a belt, which is straight out of Cathedral of Eternal Night, so that's spammable as a dungeon. Agronix is the boss, 5% on the drop rate. Moving on, we're going to show you the legs next, which are part of the same tier set as the chest from Dragon Soul LFR. The Unsleeping Boss, as I said, bring him some NyQuil, help him out. Necrotic Boneplate Greaves, of course, that's the legs. And now for the feet, Stompers of Brazen Terror, Hellfire Citadel Heroic, Killrod Deadeye is the boss, 13% on the drop rate, doing the spin. And the hands are next, Demon Gaze Gauntlets, Hellfire Citadel Heroic, that's of course from good old Warlords of Draenor, the fun. So you can see the boss and kind of a fair drop rate for the hands. Now we have Lady Orc showing you the Dark Leather Cloak, vanilla level leatherworking. Check your local leatherworker or buy it on the auction house. The headpiece, Wild Gladiator's Dreadplate Helm. If you're Horde, it will be Warmongering. Either way, it's going to cost you 3 marks of honor to get the headpiece. And the weapon, Ruthless Gladiator's Decapitator, 5 marks of honor. Showing a little bit of love to the Frosties out there. Conqueror's Darkrune Shoulder Plates, Ulduar Yogg-Saron, huge drop rate of about 52%. So we're doing a little bit of Ulduar for a few pieces, and of course Legion, a tier, PvP tier here. Demonic Gladiator's Dreadplate chest piece, Legion PvP vendor, which of course is Alliance only on that. Now if you want to go Horde, I do think the Horde piece will work, but you're going to have to change the gloves and the shoulders to the kind of reddish gray look, and I think that might work. Jandvik girdle, which is pretty easy pickup. The legs, you can buy that girdle on the auction house, by the way. The legs, Legion PvP vendor, marks of honor. You got to buy the whole set the way it is. You can't buy individual pieces, but maybe that will change in Shadowlands. Got a human dude showing Stompers of Brazen Terror, Hellfire Citadel, Killrod Deadeye. And I do believe that you could also buy those boots on the auction house, but it's got a decent drop rate. Hellfire Citadel doing the spin, showing the cloak. But first, the hands, Blade Breaker Gauntlets, Dalaran, Wrath of the Lich King. Buy it from the Plate Armor Merchant, around 100 gold to get those gloves. Definitely worth it for DKs. Demonic Gladiator's Dread Cloak, Legion PvP vendor, just 1 mark of honor for the cloak. Actually, you got to buy the whole set, actually. Eventually, I do believe eventually you're going to be able to buy individual pieces. The helm, Nixier's Lair, is probably the best way to go. Maybe get the mount as well. And the weapon, Hellfire Citadel Heroic. I think this kind of works for Unholy, maybe even Blood. Necrotic Boneplate, Shoulder Guards, Dragon Soul Heroic, Hagra the Stormbinder. 22% drop rate on the shoulders. So we're going to pull the shoulders, the gloves, and the boots, maybe even the helm, I think, are all from a place called Dragon Soul. I think one of the least liked raids ever. Let me know what you guys think of Dragon Soul. The belt is Wild Combatant's Girdle of Prowess. If you Horde, you're going to have Prowess, not Prowness. That's basically if you Horde Warmongering Combatants, so that's just 1 mark of honor, super easy pickup. The legs, Saltstone leg chains, Dire Maul, various mobs are buying on the auction house, part of the same drop set from vanilla as the chest. Moving on to the boots, which is being shown by a Lady Orc here, Treads of Crushed Flesh, Dragon Soul Heroic, Warlord Zanas, 15% on the drop. Look at that weapon. That weapon really rocks with this set. Moving on to the hands, Necrotic Boneplate Gauntlets, Dragon Soul Heroic, Warlord Zanas, once again, 22% on the drop rate. for the gloves. Now we have a Blood Elf dude showing the back Frost Guard drape, Wrath of the Lich King level tailoring. Buy it on the auction house, probably the best way to go, or find your local tailor. The headpiece, yes it is, from Dragon Soul, Heroic Warmaster Blackhorn, 22% drop rate for the helm with the horns, and Death's Bite is the weapon, Kel'Thuzad, last boss, Naxxramas. My name's Luxeley. I want to thank everybody for stopping by and leave you with this final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, make it epic.